What if the greatest weapon in the world wasn't the sword itself, but the secrets hidden behind it? A legendary warrior walks away from everything, his power, his past, even the woman he's never dared to love. But when a sacred blade vanishes, it unleashes something far more dangerous than any enemy, a force of rebellion, forbidden love, and a woman who refuses to be controlled. A stolen sword, a hidden identity, and a battle where honor, desire, and destiny collide. Because in a world where everyone is bound by rules, one choice can break everything. Stay until the end, because the final moments of this story reveal a twist so powerful, it changes everything you thought you knew about love, sacrifice, and freedom. The movie opens with Li Mu Bai, a renowned swordsman, arriving on horseback to find Yu Shu Lien preparing a convoy for Beijing. Shu Lien is a skilled warrior and leader of Sun Security, a respected escort company founded by her late father. The two share a long history, and the moment they're in the same room, the air between them fills with everything they've never said. Mubai reveals he abandoned his meditation retreat at Wudan Mountain early. He reached a place of deep silence and infinite light, but instead of enlightenment, he found only sorrow. Something pulled him back, he says, something he cannot let go of. However, he doesn't say what that something is. Then he unwraps the object he's been carrying. The Green Destiny, a legendary sword, 400 years old and priceless. He asks Shu Lien to deliver it to Sirte in Beijing as a gift. He's ready to leave it behind. Too many men have died on its edge, he says. The blade only looks pure because blood washes so easily from it. Shu Lien doesn't fully understand his reasons, but she agrees to make the delivery. Before they part, she invites him to join her in Beijing once he's finished visiting his master, Ming Sijou's grave. Ming was Mubai's closest friend and master and had been engaged to Shu Lien. He was murdered years ago by a criminal known as Jade Fox, a killing Mubai has yet to avenge. Shu Lien reminds him he promises to reconsider it. In Beijing, Shu Lien delivers the Green Destiny to Sirte, a wise and influential elder, a man of refinement, connections, and genuine warmth. He receives the Green Destiny with awe, and initially refuses to accept something so significant, but Shu Lien persuades him. He agrees to act as the sword's custodian. After the formalities, Sirte pulls Shu Lien aside. He's perceptive enough to see what she and Mubai have never said aloud. He tells her plainly, Mubai giving up his sword and his warrior life may be his way of reaching out to her. She deflects. He pushes back gently, calling them both cowards when it comes to their emotions. When it comes to feelings, he says, even great heroes can be idiots. Shu Lien and Mubai's feelings for each other are an open secret, but they are constrained by loyalty to Ming Sijou. In Sirte's study, Shu Lien encounters Jen, Governor Yu's daughter, admiring the calligraphy on the walls. When Shu Lien shows her the sword, she's struck by its weight and beauty. The two women fall into easy conversation, and Jen's admiration for Shu Lien is immediate and genuine. She's read all the stories about wandering fighters, the freedom, the adventure, the world beyond her gilded walls. Shu Lien gently corrects those romantic notions. The journey isn't as rosy as she imagines. When Jen mentions her upcoming arranged marriage, Shu Lien wishes her well. Soon after, Shu Lien watches Jen leave with quiet curiosity. Later that night, a masked figure drops silently through the window of Sirte's study and steals the Green Destiny. Sirte's servant, Bo, spots the thief and tries to stop her, but she overpowers him and escapes over the rooftops. Bo raises an alarm and Shu Lien gives chase. They battle across rooftops, down the walls, and through the courtyards. Shu Lien immediately recognizes Wudan fighting techniques in the thief's movement. She fights with precision and relentless speed, pressing the thief hard. Just as Shu Lien gains the upper hand, a dart flies at her from nowhere. Distracted, the thief escapes. After the incident, a wanted poster for Jade Fox appears on the walls outside Governor Yu's compound. Meanwhile, Bo moves through the town, searching for possible suspects. His investigation leads him to Sai and his daughter, Mei, at an abandoned house. From a distance, he spots them carefully oiling their weapons. He slips inside to search the place, but Sai catches him and holds a knife to his throat. Bo is forced to explain himself. Soon after, the three sit down together for a soup. Tsai explains that he's a police inspector who has been hunting Jade Fox for years. She killed his wife. He believes Fox infiltrated the Yu household when the family transferred to Beijing. Before the evening is done, a dart flies through the window wrapped in a note. It's a fight challenge with Fox later that night. Back at Surtees' compound, Mubai has just arrived that same night, much to Shu Lien's surprise. She shows him the Jade Fox poster. His face hardens. He never expected Fox to return to Beijing, but there's nowhere more better to hide than under the roof of a sitting governor. Mubai resolves he will finally avenge his master's death. Bo, Tsai, and Mei arrive at the Yellow Hill for the battle. However, the confrontation ends in disaster. Fox is terrifyingly skilled, and the trio is no match for her. She paralyzes Bo with a precise acupressure strike. She catches Mei's arrow mid-flight and flings it back into her. Then she disables Tsai and moves in for the kill. Mubai drops from the treetops just in time, brings Fox to the ground in seconds, and raises his sword to finish her off. Just then, the masked thief appears, wielding the green destiny. Mubai confronts her, demanding to know who she is and how she came into possession of the sword. She offers no answers and immediately engages him in combat. Mubai quickly recognizes her technique. It is a Wudang move called Xuan Piu, something Jade Fox could never have taught. This means the masked fighter has been studying the stolen Wudang manual directly. In that moment of distraction, Fox deflects a thrown blade back at Tsai and kills him. She and her masked disciple disappear into the night. With Tsai dead and Fox still at large, Shu Lien devises a quiet strategy. She arranges a social tea with Madame Yu and Jen, and in the garden speaks in careful, layered sentences about the missing sword, the murderer in Beijing, the consequences to families. Then she deliberately lets the teapot slip from her hand. Without looking down, Jen catches it with lightning speed. The catch of a warrior, not a governor's daughter. Shu Lien looks into Jen's face. She knows. That same night, Mubai intercepts the masked figure returning the green destiny. He reclaims it and gives chase across the rooftops into an abandoned monastery. What follows isn't really a fight, it's a conversation. Mubai tells her she's been self-teaching from the Wudang manual and has genuine potential, but raw talent without a real master leads nowhere good. He offers to take her as a disciple despite being a woman. The figure attacks instead of listening. Mubai evades every strike without effort. He keeps talking about stillness, about restraint, about the person he senses underneath, all the fury and pride. He's not trying to defeat them, he's trying to reach them. At that, the figure's eyes fill with tears, but pride wins. She calls Wudan a whorehouse and vanishes into the night, leaving Mubai alone in the dark courtyard. Back at the Yu compound, the masked thief removes her disguise. It's Jen. Jade Fox waits for her. Their confrontation reveals the truth. Jen began training under Fox at age 10, drawn by stories of the Jianghu world. But she surpassed Fox long ago and has been hiding it ever since. Fox stole the Wudang manual but could never decode it. Jen understood it perfectly and used it to advance her skills in secret. Fox storms out furious. The next morning, she leaves the Yu compound for good. The wedding day arrives. The procession fills the streets with noise and color. Jen sits inside the bride's carriage with her face covered in red cloth. Mubai and Shu Lien watch from a balcony, mainly on the lookout for Fox. Suddenly, a man named Lo intercepts the wedding reception. He runs wild through the procession, calling her name, begging her to run away with him. The guards give chase, but Mubai and Shu Lien intercept him first. After hearing his story, Mubai convinces him to head to Wuding Mountain, where he can stay safe and out of reach of Jen's family, who are searching for him. The story between them began 4 years earlier, when Jen and her mother were traveling through the western deserts of Xinjiang, and Lo's bandit gang raided their caravan. He snatched her jade comb. She grabbed a horse from a guard and gave chase alone across the open desert. What followed was one of the most unlikely love stories imaginable. They fought for days, and when she got a chance, she knocked him unconscious with a rock and escaped into the terrain. She collapsed from exhaustion and woke up back in his cave, tied up. However, he made her feel safe. The first time he prepared a bath for her, he gave her privacy and promised to sing the whole time so she knows exactly where he is. He removed cactus needles from her feet. He fed her horse milk and made her smile. Eventually, the two fell genuinely and deeply in love. When her father's soldiers eventually closed in, Lo convinced Jen to return to her family. He told her a legend about a man who made a wish and jumped from a mountain. Because his heart was pure, the wish was granted. He survives the fall and drifts away, never to be seen again. He promised to earn her parents' respect and make his mark on the world. Before leaving, Jen pressed the jade comb into his palm and made him promise to return it when they were together again. Lo had spent 4 years searching for her. At her bedroom window the night before the wedding, he begged her not to go through with her arranged marriage. She sent him away through tears. As he left, he pressed the jade comb into her palm. She stared at it alone in the dark. On her wedding night, Jen runs away from her husband. She steals the green destiny and disappears into the wild. She arrives at a roadside tea house, drops into a seat, and boldly places the green destiny on the table. 2 armed Zhonghu fighters approach and introduce themselves with grand titles. She responds with quiet indifference. When they draw their weapons, she cuts them down without even rising from her seat. At an inn further along the road, she orders an extravagant meal she can barely afford. Soon, more Zhonghu fighters confront her. This time, she stands her ground. With the green destiny in hand, she overwhelms an entire room of seasoned fighters, leaving the inn in ruins. She proclaims herself the sword goddess, vowing to challenge Wudang Mountain. For the first time, she lives out the freedom she has always imagined, living entirely on her own terms. Meanwhile, on the way, Mubai and Shu Lien share a moment that changes everything between them. Shu Lien passes him tea and their hands brush. This time, Mubai doesn't pull away. He takes her hand and presses it slowly to his face. Rough and calloused from years of machete practice, he says, and he has never once had the courage to touch it before now. He tells her he wants to be with her, just like this. It gives him peace. Shu Lien tells him that repressing feelings only makes them stronger. For one quiet moment, the world outside their small circle stops completely. Jen eventually arrives at Shu Lien's Sun Security headquarters, exhausted and breaking apart. She collapses in tears on Shu Lien's shoulder. Shu Lien gives her clothes and advises her to return to Beijing, face her parents, then decide about Lo. When Jen learns that Mubai sent Lo to Wudang Mountain, she reads it as a conspiracy against her and turns cold instantly. The fragile sisterhood shatters. Their confrontation spills into an emotionally charged, fierce battle in the courtyard. Shu Lien cycles through every available weapon: spear, sword, broad blade, machete, and the green destiny destroys each one. Shu Lien holds a broken blade at Jen's throat and holds back, choosing mercy. Jen rewards that mercy by slicing her arm and fleeing to the rooftop. Mubai arrives and gives chase across the deep in a bamboo forest. They fight suspended on the swaying treetops, the entire forest bending beneath them like a living creature. At a rushing river, Mubai reclaims the sword in a single, precise move, then gives Jen a final choice: be his disciple, or lose it forever. She refuses. He hurls the green destiny into the waterfalls. Without hesitation, Jen dives in and retrieves it, but begins to drown. From the riverbank, Jade Fox swings down, pulls her to safety, and vanishes as swiftly as she appeared. Mubai gives chase, but loses them. Fox carries Jen to a cavern and drugs her. She tells her gently that they only have each other now and will finally be free. It sounds like comfort. It is a trap and a sign of just how far Fox's love for Jen has curdled into something darker. Mubai finally locates Fox's hideout. He finds Jen staggering, flushed and barely coherent. He checks her pulse. He knows immediately she's been drugged. Shu Lien and Bo arrive, having followed Fox there. Just then, Fox reveals herself. She fires a flurry of needles at them. Mubai intercepts them with the sword. In one precise move, he strikes Fox down, and then realizes one needle is stuck in his neck. Fox poisoned the needles with purple yin poison. the same one she used to kill his master years ago. Fox smiles coldly. She tells him he deserves to die. But the life she's really after tonight was Jen's. 10 years she poured into the girl, teaching her every skill she possessed. But Jen had hidden the meaning of the Wudang manual all along, surpassing Fox while letting her believe she was the master. Before dying, Fox declares that Jen is both her family and her enemy. Mubai can already feel his blood reversing. He says there is no antidote, but Shu Lien refuses to accept it. Jen steps forward and claims she knows how to prepare the antidote. Though the ingredients are rare, she insists she can make it in time if she leaves immediately. Shu Lien directs her to seek help from Aunt Wu, the elderly woman at her compound. She removes a comb from her hair and hands it to Jen as proof of who sent her. Jen takes it and rides off without delay. Back in the cavern, Shu Lien sits across from Mubai, holding on to hope. Mubai tries to speak, but she tells him to save his strength, to use his last breath to meditate, to let his soul rise to eternity and not waste it on her. Mubai looks at her and says he has already wasted his whole life. He wants to say it now, with whatever breath remains. He tells her he loves her. He would rather drift beside her as a condemned ghost than enter heaven without her. Because of her love, he will never be a lonely spirit. Shu Lien, completely devastated, kisses him passionately before he dies. She wails bitterly, clutching his body. At sunrise, Jen rides hard with the medicine. She arrives at the cavern to find Mubai cold in Shu Lien's arms. Jen stands at the entrance. The weight of it crashes down on her. Shu Lien rises, picks up the green destiny, and points it at Jen. Then she lowers the blade and hands it to Bo to return to Sirte. She tells Jen to go to Wudang Mountain, where Lo waits. Whatever path she chooses, she must be true to herself. It is the most generous thing she could offer. Not punishment or blame, but a way forward. Jen arrives at Wudang. Lo rushes to her. They spend the night together, reclaiming what the years stole from them. In the morning, Lo wakes to find the jade comb on the pillow beside him. Jen is gone. Outside, he finds her standing on a bridge overlooking a gorge. Mountains disappear into the mist below. She asks if he remembers the legend he told her about in the desert. He does. A pure heart makes wishes come true. She asks him to make a wish. He closes his eyes and wishes for them to be together again in the desert. Jen smiles and leaps from the bridge. She floats peacefully and disappears into the mist. Lo stands helpless on the bridge, tears streaming down his face. And that's the real weight of this story. Some paths demand sacrifice, and some choices can never be taken back. If this story hit you, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. And tell me in the comments, would you choose love or honor?